Hi, everybody. Welcome to Draining the Swamp. And we have, of course, our lovely Auntie Mel, who's with us, finally back in the country so he can join us. Down below, we've got the beautiful Sabrina, who is now in New Mexico, the
With
land of enchantment. And I'm still stuck in the swamp. So, where it just gets swampier and swampier. It's
oh, does it ever? Well, this
Oh,
is
all kinds of
also
crap happening down here. Of course, been a huge drive for a petition that's been going around the state to impeach our current governor and attorney general.
yes.
And it is going remarkably well. People on their
Wow.
side of the aisle are starting to freak out, to
Let
say
me
the
ask
least.
you a question, Sherry. Um, so the governor of Louisiana, we understand what he's all about, but is the House and the Senate down there, the state House and the Senate, pretty much Republican? Are they in? Are
Oh,
they?
yeah. Yeah,
So,
they just managed to get rid of the second black district that we've ever had in this state. So now it's
well,
back to
that'll
just
come back, by the
one
way.
black district.
But I'm
So,
just curious. Impeachment means to bring to trial.
right.
So, I
So
mean,
right now they're recalling to get him out of, to recall him from office. That's what
that's
the
exactly
petition.
what'll happen. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, they're doing a recall petition to get him out and the attorney general out because
Well, they'll appeal
he's
it.
as bad as he is, if not worse.
Well, they'll appeal it, but guess what? They ain't going to win on appeal. I keep saying that governor down in Louisiana is not going to finish out his whole term, and here we are.
Yeah,
So,
I
he
mean,
is
yay.
it's
well.
it's it's so interesting that everything, that we've all talked about, it's slowly starting to happen, but boy is it slow.
It's happening. Well, as
Yeah.
an Aries, when God was handing out patience, I stood in the attitude line. But
Well, I'm an Aries rising, so I got a little bit of it in me.
Well, we got a lot of fire energy here tonight, so and
real
I love
quick,
it when you talk dirty backstage, Mel.
do that anyway. Real quick, one of my people I read from Australia, I said I always wanted to try Vegemite because in Australia it's very
Oh,
common.
a Vegemite sandwich.
Well, I don't know if I can put it on a sandwich, but he sent me some Vegemite.
I saw your face when you were talking to Linda about it.
All due respect. However, I did take somebody's advice and I put some butter on toast and a little Vegemite. And if you do that, I have to say it's not bad. Now, people say you have to develop a taste for it. I'm
Hmm.
working on that.
Well, I think that's
Okay.
true anytime you go or eat more native type food in certain areas that you're not used to eating.
No, this is, I mean,
Sometimes it's like the
I'm a
flavor's
foodie.
fantastic and you jump for it, and sometimes you're like, ooh,
I am a foodie. But those B vitamins, when you take them, that B vitamin thing, that's what it kind of tastes like. But I read what's in it is very healthy. So I am going to work on trying to develop a taste for Vegemite. And,
Okay. Well, again, and we're gonna let you.
and she also and she also sent me um, a box of in
no,
Australia what they call biscuits,
no.
cookies, and I want to say those are delicious. I've eaten the
Okay.
whole thing.
So
So
maybe you could put some Vegemite on the cookies. What do you think on top of the biscuits?
it's a horrible thing to do to an awesomely good cookie. Okay.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say thank you to Australia. Australia, we love you.
Well,
Uh,
Oz.
now I can say I tried Vegemite, and I have a group of going to Australia next March the 3rd in New Zealand. So I'm going to suggest to them, you got to try Vegemite when you're in Australia.
There you go. Well, all I can think about is men at work singing, the land down under, and they want a Vegemite sandwich. So that's where that came from. If you know that song or not, it's an 80s song.
I
So,
I
always think,
remember that song. I never
I
heard
yeah,
that
always,
before.
land down
Singing.
under.
I always think of waltzing Matilda.
Well, I don't know who Matilda is, but I hope she was a good time.
You know that song, Waltzing Matilda, Waltzing Matilda?
It's an older song.
Okay.
Sabrina's not old enough.
I don't know this Matilda chick,
It's
but
about
she
a
better be blue is all I have to
It's
say.
about a hobo who steals somebody's sheep and he gets caught. And waltzing Matilda means he's going to go to jail. So he jumps in a billabong. Billabong is like a deep pool and drowns himself so that he can't go to jail for stealing the
Okay,
sheep.
well, you know what? Waltzing Matilda. So I am going to use that every time we talk about the unmentionables in this administration. We're going to say
Going
Waltzing
waltzing Matilda.
Matilda.
He's going waltzing Matilda. Yay.
Yeah. I'm going to use that, Mel. Thank you.
You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Yeah, I'm not going with you. You just go waltzing Matilda. We're just going to give you a little shove in that billabong. We're going to help you.
Billabong would spit him right out.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's
thank you,
what's
Australia.
okay. So what's
Well,
going on in
Patrick's saying,
Chicago?
Mel, the next time you make beef stew, stir in a few
Yes.
teaspoons of your Vegemite.
Yes, you know what? I thought about that actually. I thought, this would make a good put a little bit in like a beef stew or like when I braise beef tips, and actually it would add flavor. And I thought about that because I love to cook. So I will try that and I will keep you posted.
All right, we want a full report on the
There you go.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
The Vegemite beef tips.
Yeah, and waltzing Matilda. I'm using that in the pool with you.
Billabong, the Billabong,
The
Billabong.
billabong. All right, so now we have our code language.
Okay, well, with that code language, Sabrina has new news to us
I
from
do.
New
I'm so
Mexico, where
excited.
she's currently now located. She's in New Mexico. So,
All right, now I know that when you look behind me, this looks like it could be Zorro Ranch, but it's not. Okay, I have Pilates studios in Arizona and in New Mexico, and I'm here and I'm at my desk. So anyway, I'm not at my
Looks
Tree
like-
of Life station,
looks
so
like-
forgive me. But
it
I
looks
have
like-
news.
Sabrina, it looks like my living room.
Of course it does, Mel, you harlot. Melvin. So, all right. So listen, you guys, I went out for a walk and I got all confused on the time zone, but this just came in for our show. And this says, here's your headline. New Mexico's Zorro Ranch, quote, Truth Commission, unquote, announces 14 subpoenas.
Okay.
Now, wait till you hear who they're subpoenaing. Now, let me just tell you what the Truth Commission is. The Legislative Truth Commission investigating sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's activities in New Mexico announced Monday, today, about an hour ago, the 14 institutions that it plans to subpoena. Now, there aren't any individuals at this time. The subpoenas were announced at the second public meeting of the Survivors Truth Commission held Monday afternoon at the New Mexico Capitol in Santa Fe. The documents are not yet public. So here are the institutions that they plan on subpoenaing: the estate of Jeffrey Epstein, the FBI, the DOJ, the United States Attorney General's Office, District of New Mexico, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, the FAA, Douche Bank, and I won't repeat what I said off the air, but I can if you like. Douche Bank. No, I did not say douche bag. I said douche bank. Pay attention. Stay with the group. JP Morgan
It's a
Chase.
mispronunciation of the German name for Deutsches Bank. Your German is terrible, Sabrina. We'll leave it at
Thank you. But all I could think of is douchebag. Okay. I'm sorry, Melvin. All right. So, Mel, would you please tell everybody the name of the bank? Deutsche Bank.
that. Deutsches
Your
Bank.
bake.
Deutsches
Deutsche Bank.
Bank.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Don't say Banco because anyway. All right. New Mexico Department of Public Safety, New Mexico Department of Justice, the New Mexico Governor's Office, the State Land Office, because remember, the state of New Mexico sold him land, a Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, and the Santa Fe Institute. So they're in the process of securing information from the organizations, and this could be drawn out, of course, because you know how long everything in the Justice Department takes in the United States. Well, imagine New Mexico's probably going to take a little longer because this is the land of manana and they're never in a hurry for anything. So this
Canada,
is a
Louisiana, they're half lit most of the time. That's why it takes forever.
Well, there you go. But anyway, so that is the news that I have for you today. They have a picture of Mr. Epstein at the ranch here with some unidentified person. And I haven't even been here 48 full hours, but I plan on taking a ride to Zorro Ranch. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go there and I'm going to get some pictures so you can all see it, and we'll do a show, and hopefully I'll figure out how to share my screen just so you guys, because it's
It's
kind
easy
of
to do.
it's hard to imagine when you're not, there. And if you guys want this article, I can send it to you as well. This is from the Santa Fe New Mexican, and that is our city's newspaper. So that's the news I have to share. And Graham Plattner was just all in the headlines today as well. And I'm from New England, so I can't even believe that Ms. Collins has not met Matilda yet. So anyway,
Also, means they're going to go to jail.
Yeah, so well, she doesn't need to go to jail. She needs to move on and, pick daisies or whatever. Pick the lupine in Maine.
She
It's a
needs to
beautiful
go
time of
ahead and
year.
resign and retire from office because she's done nothing but screw people over. Um,
She can't she can't decide.
He won't do it again, or whatever she said.
Oh man, oh my God. It's like an abusive relationship. I mean, the United States right now, and Sherry, I'm doing your solar return tomorrow night, and I'm going to do one for the United States. And my friend and I were talking about it. It's like the United States is in abusive relationship right
yeah,
now.
it's like the government is the abusive spouse, and the rest of us
Yes.
are the ones getting beat up.
Yeah, and then all the gaslighting. I mean, if you look at this collectively, that we have, for entertainment purposes only, we have this whole, administration as a collective narcissistic whole, traumatizing not only the United States but the world. And I think that I was on a different show last night, and I was saying that we have got to pull ourselves out of this collective chaos and start to focus over and above and what we want to happen, or what we're putting our intentions towards is beyond this administration, because the more we get stuck in this horrible stew that really could use some Vegemite seasoning and a few other things, we have to pull ourselves out of this, because we can't stay in this energy. It's not doing any good for anybody. The collective, we're not raising the vibration. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Clearly I'm on a roll.
Well,
I'm on a whole entire bag of rolls, hot dog buns
While
right now.
Sabrina's catching her breath, let's do a real quick thank you, everybody, for joining us. Um, the links to get to Mel's information and to Sabrina's information are in the description box below. Please, please, please be sure you go and like and subscribe and click the little notification bell um, for all three of our channels, because that helps boost us in the ratings and helps to push us out there so that we can get the word out. And I don't know, there's probably other stuff too, but I can't think of what it is right now. It's been that kind of week for me, and
And it's only Monday.
yeah, we think we've found the house and everything seems to look really good.
Good.
So we're waiting on paperwork to finish processing through, but we went and looked at it. Well, my brother had already seen it, but then we went back Friday so he could walk. I could meet the owner and we could do a walkthrough of the house and everything. And I'll have my own bedroom, is all I can say. So
Yay.
I'll
Yay.
have my
Yay.
own room, and
And then,
it's nice and it's a huge yard and it's like, oh my God, you don't realize how
I
much
cannot say what I was just thinking when you said you'll have your own bedroom. I go,
I was thinking that it's time for Sherry to start
I've been living in the
sexting.
living room for 15 years.
it's
So
time
yeah,
for. Never mind.
Yes, I was just
You'll have a
thinking that.
it's nice
background
to have
bedroom.
my own boudoir.
They'll have a bathroom in that bedroom.
Well-
It'll say gentlemen only.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Gentleman.
the room that I'm going to take is like an add-on room that he added later on. So it's this long rectangular room that's big enough that I can divide it in half and have studio in one half and bedroom in the other half. So
Nice.
Sherry's
And-
rectangular room.
Wow. Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
She's going to start sexting
I'll have
Graham
my own
Plattner.
boudoir.
He's gonna do. What was the guy's name that was sexting? What's his name? She's gonna
Graham
start.
Plattner. I
Graham
said she's
Plattner,
going to
yeah.
start sexting Graham Plattner from
You know,
Maine.
can I just touch on what you said, Sabrina, really quick?
Of course.
When you said, with the Zorro Ranch thing and the U.S. Attorney's Office and all that. Well, they're subpoenaing them, but they're gonna, the U.S. Attorney's Office is going to delay. And how much you want to bet there will be people that will leave the U.S. Attorney's Office because of the delay? And Trump will put MAGAs in there. I pulled a card and it shows delays. But you know what? This is really going to uncover a lot of stuff.
Well, it's going to stir the pot, and we need to stir the pot.
Well,
and keep stirring it and do something, though.
Today, I made a comment on Linda Grindel's show that, that the Epstein files are going to come front and center again. And I think the beginning of that, this whole Zorro massive cover-ups, and there's going to be people that are going to go waltzing Matilda because of it. So
well, and I heard this afternoon, there's a new lawsuit. Midas Touch is suing the current occupant and administration for a variety of things, and I don't have the list with me. And then I saw another article as I was coming home that there's another suit that I'm not sure if it's people in the Congress that are pulling it up or if it's someone outside of Congress that's pulling it up, but they're going after Pam Bondi and her people for the fact that they've had this information for years and has been sitting on it and lying to people about it, and they know that. And so
Pam would flip so fast your head would spin. If they pressure her, she will sing like a canary.
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
she just threw Cash Deer in the Headlights Patel and Hedgehog under the bus and said they've known all along. They're the ones that read it. They're the ones that redacted it. So of course she's gonna, blame somebody.
She'll come forward and she'll have proof that happened, and it's not going to look good.
She's not that stupid.
This is the beginning of the unraveling. It's unraveling, but I mean, everything we've said is starting to happen. I read today that a judge ruled against Trump and Haig's breath about transgendered people in the military.
Yep.
And now Trump will.
That's unconstitutional. So
Trump will appeal it, but he's going to lose that on appeal. And I see a lot. Go people, and I see a lot of those transgender people that he tried to kick out reinstated. And I thought to myself, here's the guy whose daddy paid to keep him from going in the military. And he's going to try to keep transgender people out. And he's the one that called soldiers who got killed in action losers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, the court, if it goes to SCOTUS, I think they'll uphold decisions of the lower court. So I see the trans people staying in the military. They're going to win this.
Well,
Yeah,
and also I didn't read all the details of this. They allegedly abandoned the slush fund for now. The Iran says, we're done with you. We're not even going to talk about this anymore because you're bombing Lebanon. And what happened to CBS that they erupted? I haven't had time to read this.
I haven't seen it.
All right, let me see. You guys talk about something else, and I'll see what's going on with
no,
CBS.
I was going to bring up the fact that there are more stuff coming out to deal with all of the Epstein stuff, and so that's getting ready to blow up. We've been waiting for. I mean, it's like little dribs and drabs, and we've been waiting for it to just boom come out. Then to top it off, we had Peter Thiel that up and jumped the country over the weekend
Moves
because
to Argentina.
Yeah, to Argentina, and because it's a no extradition country, because something spooked him bad enough that he packed up his family and his bags and he took off to another country.
But there's a lot that's going to be coming out about that.
Yes.
And, that president of Argentina, newly elected, he's so Trump. But I see the people down there doing some kind of recall election or something and getting rid of that president down there. And Thiel might think that he can't escape, but I see him brought back here, and I see him tried. So he might think he's safe down there, but it ain't gonna happen.
No. Well, and something that I heard a multimillionaire talk in a TED Talk 20 years ago, that's come back to me in the last few months. I've been repeating is one of the things that he was saying 20 years ago in this TED Talk was that if certain political factions didn't start taking care of the people of the country the way that the government is supposed to take care of its people, that it won't take long before, doesn't matter how rich you are or how high your walls around your estate is, because you get enough people pissed, they're coming for you with pitchforks, and there's nothing you can do to stop them.
I pulled 3 cards for Thiel. Look, this shows travel. That's his running off. There's something big coming. You're right. And he kind of knew what was coming down, so he took off so he wouldn't have to testify if he's subpoenaed. I'm telling you, that's why he did it.
Yeah.
And they can't enforce it. But look, justice will be done.
Yeah.
He will face justice. And look what else. The moon, grandmother moon.
Well, my lunchtime reading today was on him, and I got
a lot of stuff coming to the surface about him and about how they conspired to cover up stuff. That's what I see.
I think it was the three of swords I got. I also got the devil. I also got the tower, and something else. I don't remember now what the other card was, but it's like all of his cards were like, yeah, dude, your goose is cooked. So
I have to ask you all a question. I've been following Tallarico, and I just wondered what you all's take on that would be. He's running against the corrupt one down there.
Yeah,
Paxton.
Yeah. I mean, he's a big time Christian, and so maybe he's the right voice that can kind of bridge that gap.
But he's not
between the red and the blue, But I mean, he makes sense when he talks, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can go along with that. I'm not as comfortable with how Christian he is as I would be with somebody who was less so. But he feels like he's just the right mix that can kind of dip into that red barrel of mush on the Republican side, on those Christian nationalists, to get them to at least to listen and pay attention.
You see,
So
you see him winning. I do.
I've
I
done
do.
draws, sometimes yes and sometimes no. It just kind of depends. But
Look at
I
this.
got the tower today too. Yeah.
That's for Paxton. I don't mind the fact he's religious because he's not proselytizing. Look at Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was very
Oh
religious.
yeah, Jimmy Carter was very, but you
I
never
don't,
really heard him talk about it
I don't have
until
a problem
after
with
he
that.
got out of office.
And Biden is Catholic.
Yeah.
I think the guy's Methodist or something, but whatever. But he's not mixing the church and state. And I got, people don't start sending me a bunch of stuff, but I see him really, really, really taking a lead. There's something going to happen about Paxton, and they think that Paxton's going to win it. But I'm telling you, if they count the votes right down there, there's something big coming out that's not going to look good for Paxton. And I'm telling you, I see Tallarico. I could be wrong.
I mean, every time I do a reading on it, most of the time I get him as reading. A couple of times I've gotten Paxton, but it always feels dirty. Like maybe
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But I got
feelings-
politicians in government.
Here we go. James,
I got
here we go.
I got rulership handover, and followed by big news. So again, I think there's going to be more information is going to be coming out
Here we go.
about these folks.
Extend.
And a lot of people are at the point where they are sick and tired of listening to the Republican rhetoric. I mean,
when
just
I
from what I'm hearing around town, and I'm in the deep red South. So
When
there,
I first saw Tallarico, it's the same feelings I had about Barack Obama. When Barack Obama was a junior senator, I said I had the feelings that he was going to be president, and a damn good one. And here we are. I got that same feeling for Tallarico. He's going to be president one day in our lifetime, I'm telling you. And he's going to be a good one. That's what I pick up. I could be wrong, but that's what I pick up. What do you think, Sabrina?
Well, I just did some cards from the predictions deck, and I'm just going to show you what I got. So I got reversed submarine underwater. So I think that they are, of course, going to be doing something underhanded here, that, because that's what they do. Then I got declassified documents. So what this says to me is not necessarily documents, but it says that they're going to have to count and recount. And also, I think the people are going to know that they are up to no good. This says uprising rebellion. I think the people are going to know, and that they're not going to stand for it because they're going to feel the cheat. Now, that's just my opinion.
No.
And these cards, oh, look at this. I just drew this. Evidence of scandal. So
There you go.
I think that it's probably going to be super close. It's going to be super ugly. I mean, we already know that the guy that's going up against Tallarico is a slimy dog, and he needs to go see Matilda.
and get waltzed right on out the door. So
You got it, Billabong.
I think even if Paxton tries to throw mud and dirt and all that, my feeling is Tallarico's going to react almost like a Pete Buttigieg would do, and he's not going to get into the name calling and the mudslinging. He's just going to slay them with the facts, and that's what he does. Tallarico does that. I've seen him.
yeah. I like what Grace Gilbert says. We Texans fully expect cheating. Paxton has done it openly in the past and bragged about it.
Right.
Paxton got impeached by his own party. They just didn't have the cojones to actually bring it full circle.
Right. That's right.
So I like 357 Beagle says, remember kids, the Marie Antoinette haircut has been outlawed. So That's why they're going to waltz Matilda out the door.
And I'll tell you
Yeah.
another thing to keep an eye on is Becerra in California. He's going to win the primary, and he's going to be governor of California.
Okay.
No.
We'll take your word for it. So
I'm sorry?
I did find out what was going on with CBS today. If you want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. So veteran 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley sharply criticized CBS leadership during a staff meeting, accusing editor-in-chief Barry Weiss of murdering. Can I say that? I'm just reading out loud. I'm not saying we're going to do that. The long-running news program after the firing of key editorial leaders and correspondents. Pelley argued that recent management decisions are undermining the show's journalistic independence, a concern echoed by former correspondents Sharon Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega. Both women said political bias and censorship were increasingly influencing editorial decisions. This is at CBS, by the way, allegations that CBS has disputed. Crapola. The public conflict highlights growing turmoil at CBS News and raises questions about the future direction of one of America's most influential television news programs. Now, I had an interesting, I went to a lecture yesterday, and someone was, wondering, what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't political, it was astrological. But what she said was that we are so divided right now. And the point that she brought up is super interesting and relevant to this conversation is that there is a group of people that only watches one news channel, and then the other group of people only watch certain news channels. So there isn't anything like it used to be where we all watched the same news. It was factual information. We all got the same information. But now, because, one side only watches Fox Entertainment channels, and then the other side, we have CBS, and, who else knows that they're going down the wrong lane and into censorship, that we don't have a common news source. So we can't see eye to eye because people don't cross over. Like, I'm not going to watch Fox Entertainment Channel, and people that watch that are not going to come over and read Aaron Parnas. They're not going to read the Midas Touch. They're not going to listen to, Lawrence O'Donnell or Rachel Maddow. So we're in two separate universes, two completely separate worlds.
That's what's making it so hard. We just lost Anderson Cooper too. He just up and left 60 Minutes. He's been there for 20 years, I guess. He's been a correspondent there as well as on CNN and then on CBS. I mean, he's been around forever and ever and ever. And, it's not like he was just a journalist, although he was a damn fine, he is a damn fine journalist.
Oh,
But
I love
he
him.
also comes from money, super elite money. I mean,
That will change. It's funny that you brought up Barry Weiss because right before you start saying something, Sabrina and you, Sherry, I thought to myself, when you said CBS, I thought, and my guides have shown me this since day one when they hired her, that she is going to be let go.
yeah.
They're not going to have a choice because I think the staff is going to have a fit. And, I feel like, the uprising is starting, and it's, but it's up to us to really hold strong and keep the vibration high and just let them destroy themselves. And that's what they're going to do. I mean, like CBS, the staff is like, quite frankly, this is caca poo poo. And this is not what we're all about. And you are ruining this.
Colbert, who of course is a comedian and a stand-up stand-up comedian, but I mean, comedians have to, in a lot of sense, have to be sharper than a journalist does. If they want the jokes to hit and hit right, they got to know what the hell they're talking about.
Right.
And so they've managed to kick him off. They've got, who's the other one? Jimmy Kimmel, that's going
Yeah.
to be going
Jimmy
soon.
Jimmy Fallon will probably be next on deck
Jimmy Fallon will
also.
be next on the chopping block. You've got Anderson Cooper that just left. There's a whole bunch of staffers and stuff in CBS and some of the other mainstream journalistic channels and whatnot that they've all walked off and quit because they're like, yeah, we've had enough of this crap.
When
We
you
didn't
start,
get into
when you
journalism
start,
for this. So,
when you start to see when you start to see these top name people, well, a couple of them were fired, but Donald Trump was behind that. But top name people like Anderson Cooper and other top name people walking away, that spells big, big trouble
yeah.
for a network. What I see is a lot of them coalescing and some wealthy folks getting together and starting their own network. Now, the FAA will probably say, you can't do that. And they'll say, watch us.
Firefly, that's great.
And I see that network is going to hire a lot of these people that have left late night, journalists, all that stuff. And you know what? The network, it's something brand new that'll be coming out within the next year and a half. And I want to tell you something. It will knock everybody dead in the water. It's going to be really good.
Yeah. Well, you know what's super interesting, Mel? I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I'm a little wild tonight. So what is now? This is we're going to talk about this again because the United States is coming up on a Uranus return. So Uranus rules internet, cyber activity. It's also can be very disruptive, but it wants freedom, and freedom of speech is included in there. So it wouldn't surprise me at about the same time, and this is going to be about next March, April-ish, it wouldn't surprise me at about the time Uranus is just about on top of the United States Uranus, that this whole brand new news network blows wide open because so many people are shifting, even from YouTube is starting to get censored. People are shifting to Substack, they're shifting to Patreon, so they're not censored. And it wouldn't surprise me if Colbert, I mean, Midas Touch has invited Stephen Colbert several times to be on their team. So you give it less than a year, it wouldn't surprise me if this all transpires March, April next year.
When Katie Fang walked off of cable news, and everybody was shocked because she is such a fabulous journalist. I mean, and doesn't pull any punches. Midas Touch, from the get-go, they started emailing her and sending her messages on air and whatnot. Come see us and we will work out whatever you need to do. She's now part of their network,
Yeah, I believe that.
There's a lot of other top of the line lawyers and journalists and whatnot. Again, they've joined forces together.
This is going to be a brand new network.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
From any network out there. All right.
Yeah.
YouTube will have to learn as well that their censorship ain't going to work if they're going to stay in business.
Right.
And they're a brand new network.
Because there's a lot of
it'll be broadcast over the airwaves the way like CBS, NBC, ABC they are. It'll also be streaming. It'll also all the above.
Hit all platforms.
And it's going to be more of like, I would call it a news channel.
Yeah.
They wouldn't, it's going to be on cable. It's going to be huge. It wouldn't be like, the major networks have sitcoms, they have drama, they have this. This is going to be like a news network. That's
what Ted Turner tried to do with CNN when he first started CNN. So,
but this is going to be something like a CNN.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a
But
standalone thing
correct.
that is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be new. It's going to be innovative. It's going to be freedom oriented.
And
It's going to be
progressive.
for the people.
Correct.
That's what all this is about, you
And
know?
there's going
And
to be news like reporting the facts.
yeah,
They'll have
Yeah.
editorializing, of course. They'll have op-ed, but it's going to be news as well, and it's going to be progressive, but it will be honest. And I see it. It's, I mean, it'll like these investigative journalists like Anderson Cooper. It's not going to be the yellow journalism that's going on now with certain
No.
journals. It's going.
It's
I mean, it's going to kick butt.
it's going to be people that I mean, there are a lot of regular YouTubers that we've watched for quite a while, a lot of us in all different genres, who are walking away from YouTube because they're like, yeah, no, I'm not playing that game. And they're moving over to Substack and Patreon and some of those. But I agree, Mel. I see a whole new
But this is not
network,
going to be a
like
social media
new
platform.
thing. It's
It's not,
going to encompass all of the platforms
it's not going to be
of
a
how
social
we.
media platform like YouTube, or it's going to be a network like CBS, ABC, NBC, but a news network.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, kind of, and it's not going to be a propaganda arm for anybody. Now they will do streaming, yes, and they would have platforms on social media, absolutely. But I'm telling you, it's going to kick butt. Um, and so I'm excited. It just hit me that, I've never predicted that before, but it just, my light bulb just came on. It's like, whoa. And it's going to happen pretty
well,
quick.
it's right on time for something like that to happen with, Uranus is in Gemini. Gemini is all about Mercury and communication and the details of that. And then, so Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So, and when it comes around to, the same time, the same degree, the same sign as the United States, that's when it's ripe for this news channel or streaming platform. Well, like Facebook came out of nowhere. So why can't we have a news channel come out of nowhere?
That's how I see it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you got to start someplace. So there isn't any reason why that couldn't happen.
I mean,
Well,
it's going to kick butt. I'm telling you, right from the get go. So
well, it's like when internet radio first started up in the early 2000s, and suddenly, you had people that could listen to radio channels from around the world, which was kind of a unique thing. You didn't have to have special equipment to do it. You just had to turn on your computer and do it. And it's been watching this slow morph go from just listening like you listen on a radio to actual visual shows, to some are just people sitting in their bedroom and you can tell that's what they're sitting there, and they're just doing their things. And others that have either had the money to start with or have invested well, who have built themselves really nice studios, so it's a lot more professional looking. But I think all in all, it doesn't matter how fancy or how plain you may look online. It's going to be what you offer and what you provide, and are you telling the truth.
I see it
um,
as a very professional network. I
You
see
know,
it.
and that's what's so difficult right now is people really don't know what the truth is.
yeah,
Aside from blatant lies and news channels that used to give you the news, now it's more
good.
propaganda and entertainment. And then there's AI. So you have to fact check everything and double check everything.
These will be journalists who will fact check and have AI fact check, and before they even say anything on the air. It'll be on the air. It'll be streaming, but it's not going to be a social media platform. Now they'll have a branch that's a social media platform. It's not going to be like Twitter or X or Truth Social. No, it is going to be like a news network. Now at night, they might have shows that are comedy, like talk
Stephen
shows.
Colbert.
Right, exactly, like that. But with a commentary behind it. And
Yeah, well, it was like when Colbert and Jon Stewart and them first started, they were on a comedy show.
I'm telling you, it's
And
gonna coalesce. I see people talking already about it.
yeah,
Can
oh,
I
it's in
just
the
can I
works.
just say something completely unrelated? I am madly in love with Jon Stewart.
Oh, I've been in love with him for years.
He can start sexting me anytime to use all this equipment.
Let's hope the equipment works.
Well, just so he does.
There you
I've
All
got
go.
right, now back
I-
to our
I've got to
regular
run.
scheduled programming.
Yeah, I've got to run, so I apologize.
Well, that's all right. We might just be here a little short tonight because I have to
Yeah, we're
I
we're
have to
we're
use
pretty
this
much wrapping
equipment
it
in
up.
another half an hour.
Because I mean, there is. It's like for the past 2 years we've been talking. We feel something coming. We feel something coming. It's building. It's building. And I know a lot of people kind of start tuning you out after a while because they get tired of hearing it. But it feels like we've gotten to that edge where everything's going to go pop, and it's just going to hit full blast all at once.
Yeah. Well, it's super building right now. I mean, just looking at the headlines today from Aaron, it was just kind of like boom, 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 one thing right after the next thing. And the we didn't really talk about this yet, but Iran, as you know, suspended any sort of negotiations today with the United States. Then, of course, the oil's going to go back up. When I was here less than a year ago in New Mexico, gas was $2.39 a gallon. Now it's $3.98.
Trump lied. There was never a negotiation with Iran.
Well,
And
he's
Iran,
making that up.
correct. We're going to stop negotiating. Iran's like there never was negotiation. It's like he thought he could force them go in, bomb the hell out of them, and they would give up. Wrong answer. They're not going to stop fighting, and they will not give up.
I don't blame them. I mean, how would you feel? But you know what's just like such idiocy is we already had this trade agreement or this agreement in place with Obama for Iran to not have any nuclear wars, weapons. And so he gets rid of it. And then we're going in there, he obliterated everything. What was that, last October? And, now here we are again saying that Iran can't have any nuclear weapons. I'm like, well, you buffoon. We already had that in place. You ruined it. Why is nobody bringing that up?
He said he took out their nuclear capabilities, but now he says he has to do this because of their nuclear capabilities. So
Yeah.
it's
Constant contradiction.
It's like what's that? It's Orwellian. It's like
Yeah.
in the middle of the stream, in the middle of the sentence, it changes. I mean, now he's saying that Iran controls the wind and is bad wind for the windmills.
Oh, wait a minute. I beg to differ. I thought the Democrats controlled the weather. Excuse me.
No,
That's what they've been saying for a really long time.
He said that it was under Biden that this happened, that the Iranians were controlling the wind, and the windmills are bad.
Oh, please. Oh, please. And then there's HAARP, HAARP. That facility was shut down in 2014. And all these Looney Tunes are saying, that's that place. And it's, in the South Pole or North, I don't know what pole dancing, whatever. And, you guys, you would think that people would sit down and look at how insane this all is. I mean, it's insane. And why can they not see it?
Well, at least 70% of us do see that it makes no sense.
Oh man,
They don't see it, especially the ones that are either in office or higher up. They refuse to see it because they're making money off of it.
Bingo.
He is their convenient puppet. Whatever they tell him to say and to think, that's what he says and he thinks. So it's whoever's the last person in the room with him is who he's going to go out and parrot
for that moment in time, and it changes like I go through Kleenex on a bad allergy day.
That's it.
Having said all
Exactly.
that, guys, I gotta run. I'm sorry. I really gotta go.
That's all right. Mel,
No,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
I'm
wrap it
gonna
up
text you
because
about a couple of things that you know about,
Okay.
and
we
we'll
got
get together again.
Okay.
But
lighterology
I'm
Friday
gonna
night.
I'll
So
text you tonight.
Okay. I gotta run. I gotta go do something. So I hate to cut it short.
Okay, go do something.
go
Does
do
it does your
something.
room look like this? Does it look like this, Mel? Tell me. Are you
Worse.
gonna? Oh, all right. We want footage.
All right. I gotta go. All right. Bye.
I know.
Bye. Pole dancing. Everybody's liking that one.
Oh yeah, North Pole, South Pole, pole dancing, whatever it is. I think Mel is frozen in time. Does he know his picture's still here? There we go. All right.
I just took them off the
So this is
stage.
so weird that you can see my whole room. I'm on a
Yeah,
different computer and it looks a little bit risque. I apologize. But I might have a pole in here to dance with though.
I'm
So
looking forward to
Sherry, I
having the
can't
space
hear
that I
you.
can do.
Sherry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
You
fine.
know, this happened before
It happened the other
when we
day.
were
Can you
having
hear
the
me now?
party panel for Feel Good Friday. Is somebody left and
And it knocked
then,
the sound
oh, you
off.
know what? I'm going to go out and come back in. Yeah, I'm going to go out and come back in.
Okay. Can y'all hear us in the chat? Hi, Kevin. Um, Hi, Rose. Hi, Patrick. Okay, y'all can hear both of us. So I don't know what's going on. It happened to us on somebody else's channel the other night. So okay.
Hi. Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
so
everybody in the
weird.
chat's like, we can hear you both. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
It makes it kind of hard for us to discuss if we can't hear each other. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, true. Anyway,
uh,
so what else do you got? I've got probably about another 10 or 12 minutes.
I didn't really have anything else. We kind of covered all the topics that I had written down. I mean, mainly it was just you've got Teal that took off for Argentina and is trying to pretend like that's perfectly normal. He just decided to move there. But when I did a reading on him today for lunch and then did a little bit more privately afterwards, is like he's running scared.
Yeah, I thought that
Something
was
has
really weird. He's like, well,
something
Peter
has
Thiel's in
scared.
Argentina.
Yeah,
What?
something has scared him and scared him bad enough that he quite literally packed up his family and said, "We're leaving," and just he was gone.
You
There
know
was
who we,
no week-long discussion about, well, I'm thinking of going to Argentina or I'm thinking of moving somewhere else. It was like, Monday he's there and Tuesday he's gone. It
yeah.
happened that quick. So,
You know what I find interesting? We have not heard anything from Stephen Miller for a while, and we're all delighted. But he's kind of been in the background. And, there was a whole big discussion. Well, not a discussion, it was a reader, Marianne. Um, they're trying to get rid of JD, the couch humper.
yeah,
They're trying to get rid
yeah,
of the
they
sofa humper.
already. Somebody said something earlier today about he was not going to run for president for the next election. That Trump is in the process of trying to get him kicked out of being vice president right now,
Yep.
and that with his biggest supporter was Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
That's who
And
brought
Peter Thiel's gone. So I think
Vance
Peter
in,
Thiel is
and
like,
something's happened, and Thiel has like tucked tail and run for the hills. Something scared him bad. He's like, I'm out of here. And now Vance is kind of. It feels like he's gonna be left holding the bag. Is
yeah,
what I keep getting. Like they're working on something, and they're gonna make him the fall guy.
yeah, I'm going to pull a few cards on this whole shady couch humper and
Yeah.
what's going on here just for fun. So JD Vance, Peter Thiel.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I was on with Judy last night, and one of the things that I kind of got, and we'll see what happens. I could be completely off base, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I think Susie Wild is going to try to get Trump to say, hey, just say you lost and get the hell out of Iran and give it up.
Yep.
Somebody's going to tell him he needs to, just,
Yep.
duck and
The thing it
run or
is,
whatever.
Iran is so pissed off now that they're liable to chase him, no matter what he does. That's what scares me. Is that they've now been dishonored to the point that for them to walk away would really take a lot. All right. First thing I got, fraudulent conduct that goes with borders and deportation. So right there we've got uh, fraudulent conduct, borders and deportation. So we're talking about people that are running and hiding, running for the hills. And then I got changes coming, uprising, rebellion. Again, we're feeling that change coming, and the rebellion is just. I mean, the Death Star thought they had it bad from the rebellion. They ain't seen nothing yet. This is gonna be really wicked. Really, really, really wicked. What did you get?
Well, I'm taking a look at this, and I think that at one point they had thought that there might be a future time for him, but when I got rescue, revived, reversed, so I am thinking that they don't see any future for him. So if you look at those cards put together, future time and a reversed rescue revived, they're not going to help him at all.
Uh-uh.
And I think if you think back, he had an opinion on Dumpster and it was not good. So I think at one point he might have actually been, believe it or not, more innocent and more truthful. But then he got all wrapped up with them, and now it's an explosive situation. I mean, you even look at this card, it kind of looks like him frazzled.
Yeah.
And I think that instead of celebrating success, what this card says is they're thinking that for them to be successful, they need to get rid of him because this came out reversed. And this says solution to the problem, that they need, that he is no longer their solution. Because at one point, we all thought that they brought him in because they wanted to get rid of Dumpster and they were going to push Shady in there. Now, Peter Thiel, I think, has left because he's like, well, this isn't happening. They want rid of him. He was my idea. I got to get the hell out of here because they're going to be coming after me next. Now, that's what I read from all of that. That I think Shady was at one point he wasn't shady. And then he got involved with all of these shady characters. And now they're like, you know what? You're not going to do anything for us. And we need to get rid of you. And then Peter
Well,
Thiel's like, oh, shit, this is my fault. I'm out of here.
yeah, and the fact that these people have decided to go with Mr. Maybelline Queen to begin with, when he was married to a brown woman and had brown children, which is, an affront to God to these people. I knew from the get go when they first trotted him out there, okay, there's
Goofy
something
with
that
this.
there's something cooking with him, and they're getting ready to put him somewhere. And then over the past year or so, I mean, it's just like he just keeps tanking one thing after another. He goes to events, he tanks. He went and saw the Pope. The Pope was not friendly, did not want to have anything to do with him. I mean, he got to meet both popes. He met Francis just before Francis killed over and died.
Well,
And
that
then
probably put Francis out.
Yeah,
It's like,
and then the next person comes in, Leo, and he was still there, so he got to meet with him, and he wasn't impressed with him at all. From according to inside news the from the papacy. So I mean, it's whatever it was that they were lining him up to do.
it's done.
It's done. It's a done deal. Teal
Yeah,
done
it didn't
done.
work.
Yeah, run out on them, and you got others that are like, yeah, dude, you're finished. You got Trump trying to figure out how to get them out. So it's not a pretty picture. It's really
Well,
not.
I just want to say, and then I'm going to have to go also. Sure, we're all
Yep.
leaving you, but if you want to stay and talk to people, feel free. But
No, we're
I
gonna
gotta.
wrap it up because I've got stuff I have to get done. So
Okay. Well, I just think that there was such audacity for them to go after the Pope. They have really stepped out of line. And I am not necessarily a religious person, but you
with
don't
the Pope.
mess that high up with the Pope. You don't mess that high up with good people. They may not get the repercussions right away, but they're going to get them. You just don't do
Well,
that.
and it's not just any Pope right now. It's the first American Pope
From
from
Chicago, how dare
Chicago,
they?
of all places. It's like, yeah, you don't f with people from you just don't do this,
Right.
and the fact that, I mean, I'm Catholic with a little c. I grew up Catholic. um so there are still some bits and pieces that kind of stuck with me, but yeah, I mean, it's like when they first started going after the Pope, my first thought was, have they lost their effing mind?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
like, you
just
don't
not
do that.
good.
And maybe that's putting somebody in a position that they don't need to be in that position. But we're talking hundreds and hundreds of years of this organization, and all, even with all the bad things that has happened with the Catholic Church, there's so many good things that have happened with the Catholic Church. And so it's like with any big organization, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so that's what you get. And but you don't,
Yeah, and
just
that's
like
not good.
bad Leroy Brown, you don't spit in the wind. I mean, you just don't do it.
Right, right, exactly. Well,
Yeah,
listen, we're going to have a good time tomorrow night. So Sherry
yeah.
is on my channel tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Mountain, 6 Pacific, and 9 Eastern time. And I am going to do her astrological solar return. So Sherry's birthday is Wednesday, so we're a day early. But
It's
do come.
65 on Wednesday. I'm gonna be old and decrepit.
Oh, but you know what? That means Medicare. Lucky you. I'm
No,
counting it down.
actually, my Medicare doesn't kick in because I still work full time
Oh,
for the
well,
state. So I'm still covered by my regular insurance, which is a thank God, because I was about to lose two of my best doctors because they
well,
didn't take Medicare. So I'm happy.
yeah. Well,
So
the state of New Mexico gave us the subsidies. That's why I have health insurance because I'm 100% self-employed. My health insurance was going to be $1,500 a month.
yeah, it's ridiculous what they want to
Yeah.
charge. And the thing of it
So,
is, we don't need to be paying anything for healthcare. We should have universal healthcare across the board. Medication, doctor visits,
oh yeah,
surgeries.
yeah. Well, they want to privatize everything. My sweet Cherry, I am going to have to go.
Yep.
So I will
Y'all
see
have a
you
wonderful,
tomorrow.
wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. This was the
Yes,
day off the normal path.
right.
I will see y'all again tomorrow night. And again, Wednesday night, Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, and I think Thursday is Golden Girls. I don't remember. And Friday, Danny Shay's coming to visit, so
Oh,
he'll be
nice.
so. Yep.
Okay. All right, everybody.
All right,
I'm going to have
everybody.
to run. Sherry, thank you so much. And
You're
I will
welcome.
see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, y'all.